Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Rock, coming with you guys with a VOD review. Looks like we are facing off against high Inquisitors, and doesn't look like my OBS loaded correctly. That's unfortunate. Okay, this is your Nexomania match on Volskaya Foundry that you guys had the other day. And so, a big thing that I'll be kind of reviewing, looking at this time around, is just really seeing what exactly the win conditions are for Volskaya, as well as how we wanted to play and what we wanted to do. So, kind of opening up at the front here, Red Team has a very linear pick-oriented draft. They want to potentially all-in Wombo later on with like Gazo stuff, but obviously their goal is to get picks with Varian. And so, obviously, I think that we can do just fine if they play that way. The harder part, oh, we overstaged a little bit. The harder part for potentially defeating a pick is that usually you want a save that matches the taunt duration, and so Brightwing having to get in and use Cleanse might be a little challenging, but in the same way, Cleanse at 7 is going to give a big bonus heal to that Wombo. So I think overall it should be okay. The other thing to watch out for is walls. We don't really have a great answer to task walls, so if anyone gets captured on the other side of a task wall, it can be very deadly. It's actually one of the things that kills Joe most often, is that Joe is unstoppable, but that doesn't mean Joe can walk through walls. So like Nazebo and Tassadar actually can give Joe some trouble sometimes. So kind of looking at stuff as we go. Nothing too crazy talent-wise here. We'll go ahead and we'll speed it up just a little bit. Your guys' win condition, on the other hand, looks to be all in. I got a note from Meme saying that you guys were kind of thinking a little bit of split push. Obviously, Sylvanas does enable some potential split pushing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you will get a bunch of split pushing kills. I like the idea of the invade. I'm not sure if I like taking the fight. Right, like Varian is not a real boy early, so being able to take advantage of the fact that he is just a melee minion is a good idea. But if we're looking for this invade, right, like, it doesn't feel like we're positioned for it. Like, I don't think you necessarily have to invade this, but it's a good look. But then, like, that's our engage right there. That's all we're going to get. Right? And, like, unless Brightwing's Polymorph is here, like, we're not going to get this. And then it doesn't look like... Yeah, trait was up. Dang, this OBS sucks. If we're looking to dive this, feel free to use trait. Like, I know we want to save it for pushes, but anytime you're diving towers and buildings, just turn on your trait so that way we don't take damage. Right? Like, we could have potentially had everyone dive these towers and gotten 1 or 2 kills because they're not scary anymore. They're turned off. Right? Like, memes could live here and actually try to body block. So, feel free to use your trait, Ulysses, if you need to. Or, sorry, Tie-Dye, if you need to just shut down buildings for engages. It's one of the reasons that Sylvanas is strong. So they're about to be 4. Our waves are about even. Things are pretty neutral. Hanzo's clearing things. That's fine. Our wave clear really comes on at 7 and at 4 and then at 7. So assuming we're taking wave clear talents. Echo on Thrall. Q. Yep. Okay. Looking good. Q build Hanzo. I kind of like that. Gives you some safety. Gives you some wave clear. Check that. They are there. So this is... So let's back up for a second. How did they get ahead? Because they really shouldn't have gotten that far ahead. So what are they sacrificing to do this camp? Right, like between rotations and other things here, like they shouldn't be able to get to this camp without us knowing. So they just showed here. They cleared the top wave for their 4 top. Okay. So right here, once we step up to clear the wave, if we think they're on this camp, we need to be using Vision Arrow. Right? Like, Vision Arrow is a mix of safety, just in case they're trying to gank here, as well as scouting for this camp. Because, like our wave clear without... obviously, Joe is our wave clear early, so this is okay. Like, we're not behind. Just that the fact that they got... I said they just started it. Right? So, like, we should... Like, Gazlo's a little bit ahead, and Gazlo's going to be ahead on wave clear, just because it's Gazlo versus Thrall. So, if they're planning on 5-man rotating in, there's not a ton we can do. But if we can stay even or ahead to where like we can contest this, that'd be great. But obviously they want to pick with the Varian. They even blew a turret for it. Honestly, they blew a turret. You guys should just walk away. They blew a turret, and they have 5 people, right? Just say thank you. You wasted your item, and we'll continue. So that should help you guys win the next objective. Good job disengaging and not taking that 4v5. Definitely, we haven't seen anyone in a while there, so we can still keep looking. We can clear this wave. Well done. Thrall needs to be careful middle, just in case they're not stopping top. We're trying to push here. Z came out a little too late. Did we have cleanse? So cleanse needs to be used first. As soon as taunt comes out, you need to cleanse. Just so that way you're able, she can move herself. Like even if she can't EOA. Because I think that right there, like we didn't have. Oh, I need to back up. I'm so used to the OBS being the other side. So if we're saying we want to push, we want to push, we want to push, right? With the Sylv, we need to be positioning like up here, Joe. Right? If we want to make sure Sylv doesn't get taunted, we're right here. So we're in the range of any type of engage, right? And Brywing needs to have her finger on the D. Because, like, Varian just walked past us, right? Like, I know we don't have tons of buttons because we just used it for wave clear. But Sylvanas has E. So if you hit D right here, as soon as they engage, she can blink out. But we went to the Z instead to try and save her, and she dies just from the little bit of burst damage. So D first, and then she can get herself out, and then you can top off. Okay, so we have to answer the camp, and they're going to get middle. The first objective isn't very strong on Volskaya in general, and since they're more of the early game team fighty comp, we're kind of okay with potentially not, like, you know, winning the objective. But obviously we don't want to give stuff away for free. This is what I'm talking about with, oh my gosh, with like, despite Joe being hypothetically unkillable, that Tassadar stuff can be really hard. So, our turret's up. We probably want to look at our turret. I don't think we can really fight for the objective. We're just catching up on lanes. So they managed to get a wall for free, kind of off of that death. That's unfortunate. So at 7's here. We have the full wave clear online for Sylv, which is good. We have Thrall self-sustain, which is good. We have critical miss, which is huge. Wait. We don't have critical miss? Okay. Red card, Mr. Mrs. Kamigami. 100%. 100%. The only way you die is off of a taunt or a wombo. You get to heal everyone after all that damage is done. Right? Let's say Gazlo lands his wombo combo. He throws his ultimate and hits everybody for 300 damage. It's a giant AoE wombo combo. You push D and everyone gets healed for 217 plus, right? It says that it heals for that and increase the healing by 140% if it removes a disabling effect. So you effectively have just now healed your team for the Gazlo damage. Gazlo's damage does nothing, and you've just cleansed them all. This is 100% required into what they're drafting. I don't think... I understand you're taking this to try and help people live through the one-shot, but Brightwing isn't really designed to save people from a one-shot. Right? Like, the reason that you take Brightwing a lot of the time is for the global, especially post-nerf, which I don't know if this is post-nerf patch or not. No, it's not, because it still says 6%. So, but yeah, this is definitely a... You want to be able to save your team and stop the AoE wombo and the taunt, right? So, because, like, you're not going to get the Z off fast enough until level 20 when you get Speedy Dragon, and then it obviously can be cast a lot faster, but, yeah. So, that'd be my first thing, is that I really would have loved to seen Critical Mist here. Okay, so we need to try and stop the Protector from getting a lot of value. I like that we dove and went past the Protector. I was just about to say, one of the funny things about this Protector, or the objective on Volskaya, one of the reasons it's so weak, is that it usually can't kill things or push things by itself, so it needs a team. But if it needs a team, then that means that you guys can dive past the Protector and get things done. That seems a little greedy playing up there. Right, Tassadar's clearing mid for free right now. Right, so we're fighting 4v3 top. We'll get the heal off. Yeah. So our team really needs 10s to come online. Their Protector effectively got nothing. They got most of the damage from Tassadar middle. We're doing fine. Yep, we want to get those turrets on cooldown. They give tons of XP, and the team that has the most toys wins. The first turret we got is... Wait a minute. Is this our first turret? I'm going to quickly back up. No. Okay, we did have a turret. Brightwing had the turret. When did we use turret? No, not there. Saved a life. Still no turret. Saved a life. Where the heck did we use this turret? I don't know if this is panic turret, I'm about to die. But like this turret is not super effective. Right? It got cleared. So if you can, really you want to be using the turret for that bonus damage for like pushing the objective and taking tower shots for you, or for zoning up and being able to really fight and be able to do stuff. So that's unfortunate. Okay, so we can go back to where we were. So that's not the first camp you took. I just didn't see the turret get used, so I was very confused. Okay. So yes, the team who takes the most turrets will win the game because they get the most XP, and then it also comes back up faster. So you really want to make sure that you're getting the turrets on cooldown as fast as you can. Joe's covering our waves. Okay, they have 10s first. Good spying, well done. We also have Hanzaro, exactly. So now that we know they're there, they're 10s, we're not 10s. Okay, 10s versus 9s. Thrall is in range, Gazlo's in range. So this comes down to how well do we feel confident that we can get a kill off of our Wombo, right? Versus our single target pick. Because, like, shield's in. Ult hasn't been chosen yet. Not that I expect it to be instantly locked, but ult's not chosen yet. We are engaging in. That's a big clump, right? The Z's coming out early. Archon. Arrow hits. Big arrow. All the Sylve damage is out. Sylve silence is out. Earthquake is out. Oh no. Okay. Okay. We'll just play it at normal speed now. So, we missed our kill window by like half a second here. Right? And then we have lack of focus fire. Because, like, we have memes chasing DPS here. We have a couple hitting over here. Right? Like, I don't know who the... Like, it looks like Tassadar was the focus, because I see the stack still on Tassadar, so Tidey's hitting Tassadar. But we need to be looking to see what ults they take. Right? If someone on their team... If he takes Holy Word Salvation, we need to be saving a button for it. I don't know what Polymorph was used on, but most likely Brightwing is going to be our main interrupt, especially if we didn't take Sunder on Thrall. Where was the Polymorph used? See, this is what I talk about, like split damage, split attacks, right? If Polymorph is on Kurama, right, you guys win this fight. Because then the bubble doesn't get off, and then sure, you're going to take a lot of damage still from Gazlo, but bubble doesn't get off. You can potentially steal the healing item, drop the healing item for yourselves. You've got, you know, hypothetically critical miss next time, and that's a big AoE heal to cancel the ult. But we're like split on 4 different heroes all low, right? So we clean that up and we win this fight. So instead we barely die. And then we'll have to double check how much value Earthquake gets the rest of the game. I'm not upset with Earthquake. I like Earthquake, especially since the games tend to go 20. It gives you, obviously, shields. It also gives you a slight disengage and a way to engage for your team. But my first thought is this looks like a Sunder game. But obviously, I also don't want you to have anti-synergy between, like, your arrows and sundering and stuff. Okay, Blessed Shield was used again. So that means we're looking for a kill. Okay, anytime Blessed Shield is used, that means we're looking for a kill. Okay, they engage. Vala has tumbled forward. Anduin is forward. Polymorph stops the taunt. Shield hits on Vala. Our ults, like, outside of Silencing Arrow, our ults are almost up. Really good damage on the Vala. The taunt, I think, stops the final shot, kill on the Vala. We didn't, or also stop the arrow. We didn't arrow there. Could we have arrowed? Because obviously we're up here defending. We're not actually here, like, you know, trying to force a fight. But shield just looks too good. They're stepped up way too far. Right? Clump is there. W off the wall. Taunt prevents W off the wall. Okay, at this point, we need to be making a call of, are we fighting or are we done? Because arrow can still hit. Okay, we called off. That's fine. Just be aware that, like, we need to be, with the way that our team is quote-unquote womboing, like, we do need shield to be able to take a fight. And so now that we don't have shield, we really don't have a fight. That was a great, oh my gosh. Okay. That's the type of focus we need for the rest of this game, right? We missed our target focus the last time, but this was beautiful. Right? Like, if we had shield, because this is typically how we want that engaged. Shield, into clump, into Q, right? But they just let you, like, they stepped up too far forward. Shield, into Q, into Sylvanas' damage, right? Sylvanas finally has all of her spread AoE damage on them. Stun arrow hits all 3 of them, right? And now Sylvanas gets to do free things, and then the W finishes off the Vala. Absolutely beautiful. Great wombo. Okay, we got our kills. What do we do? The answer is push. We need to push the crap out of them. We have a Sylvanas. We need to do that. Let us use that trait. Let's push. Push hard. Where can we push? Middle? Sure. Don't care where. Just we need to push. Push, 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 push. Okay. We got a wall off of their kills there. Not bad. 13s. Remember, we don't have our ults yet, so we really don't want to be looking to force a fight. Okay. The points aren't that important, so don't force a bunch on the points if you don't have to. Right? Yes, we like to team fight. Yes, we have our ults up in about 15 seconds, but you don't have to force on the objective. Okay. We're looking for an engage. Okay, we see them rotating. That's what we're doing. Okay, we're trying to take the healing item. We saw Varian there. We still want the healing item. So fighting in chokes is good for both teams, right? This is what's weird. Like, both teams want chokes. Gazlo wants the choke, and we want the choke. So it's going to come down to, like, quick draw, or can we, like, blow people up within our wombo, right? So this is kind of a spooky spot because, like, it works for both teams, right? So, Tassadar's showing middle, or little top, so he can't be there immediately, but there's a good chance that we might be able to get something done here. The hardest thing we have to watch out for is 13 just hit, so Joe needs to be careful of being having her D instantly destroyed. So Thrall gets the backline engage. Oh my gosh. Did shield hit that turret? Your blessed shield hits the turret. Oh my gosh. That is 100% unlucky. Like, as much as I can be like, you should know better, like, no. Like, that's just unlucky, right? Because until level 20, like, your shield does damage to the first target, and the rest just kind of get, like, meh. So, like, the burst damage that you would have had on this pile, like, doesn't hit anything. Like, your shield literally goes the wrong way because of the Gazlowe turret and bounces off the boss. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, let's see if we manage to get any kills here. Bubbles uninterrupted. Memes is on an island. Gazlowe gets the wombo. We still get the kill. We're low. We're low. Like that critical miss value we could have had there. Raven X is still in. Trying to body people. We're doing... They're dead. Right? Like, this is just awkward. Like, we fought past the thing, and we missed our kills. I think we just need to back up. Or we get our kill, we back up, get healthy, and do something else. Like, we can't... Yeah, we're going to end up giving 3-4 kills here. Oh, no, he lived. So, we ended up giving them, you know, a couple kills because we were still fighting that protector. So, that's unfortunate. Okay. They get the building. Not a lot we can do. They finally take the objective because the objective's free. They're taking our camp. Or at least they're trying to. Okay, so they took the protector, and they have 2 in. So again, this is when they're weakest, right? When they have 2 in the protector, that's when they're at their weakest. So you can definitely dive this Anduin. I know it's 14 versus 16, so you may not be looking to dive the Anduin, but just more of always be in the back of your mind. When they're in the protector, that's when their team is the weakest. Oh, I missed that. Did we not call a rotation onto Thrall? Tess got out of the protector to wall in Thrall. Wow, so they swapped their people. And then Thrall just, yeah, gets rooted and dies to the protector. Yeah, a little bit overextended, I'm guessing then. But still, we need to be communicating to our teammates that they're coming. So, okay, protector's done. So, potentially, right, like I know we're down a talent tier, but potentially this is a 5 versus 5 that if they're chasing too far, we could, like, do something with. But at this point, we don't really have any way to truly stop them unless they, like, over-eagerly try to kill themselves. Yeah, we have to get the building. Okay, so we're getting 16s. We're down all 3 structures. Not the end of the world. We have a Sylvanas, so as long as we win something, we can go in backdoor buildings. Let's try and keep our macro up. We have 16s. Okay, so we definitely want to be looking. This is what's hard, is that we're not really a pick comp, but we want to be forcing fights on their clumps. So can we find a clump that's worth fighting over? Right? Like, we looked at their turret. We see their turret's up in 2 minutes, so that's not going to happen. We found Gazlowe by himself. Okay, that's 1 pull. Well done. Beautiful. Right? You take a look at the talents. You confirm that Anduin does have double pull. Joe has been taunted. No big deal. Earthquake is a good engage. Call your targets here. call your targets here, right? Because there's a second pull coming, and there's a wombo coming. This looks like a good opportunity. Sylv doesn't have Haunting Wave this time because it got used earlier, but that's okay. So let's call our targets. I shield coming out. I see Vala was the target. Can she get bursted? Nope, pulled. Okay. What else can we do? Arrow comes out. The protected from the double protected. Silence Arrow hits it this time. They drop all their buttons, and oh boy. How'd you get up so far? So that's both pulls down. Arrow's out. Raven lives. Tie-dye is just... Oh, we use E forward thinking we're going more instead of E backwards. Instead, okay, I understand. Dang. It looked like a good opportunity, but obviously with them having double pulls as well as double protected, we really have to make sure that our engages are on Anduin, and that's going to be a little bit more challenging. But if our engages aren't on Anduin, I don't know if we get kills. Or I should say our wombos must include Anduin. (16 versus 18s). We're just trying to catch up. They got that for free. We're down a player. We're back to full strength. They're showing top. We should answer top. Our wombos back up in 20. But if they're overextended, we can punish. Okay, they didn't do it. Look at this. All right. I 100% see Raven's been playing this entire game like he has Sunder. Like, I thought at first Sunder was the right choice. And, like, based on how Raven's getting these flanks, like, this should be a Sunder thrall, not an Earthquake thrall. Like, I understand there's some potential anti-synergy that happens between, like, hitting the ult or hitting the thing. But, like, just let Raven call those engages. And, like, those backflick Sunders and stuff can be huge compared to flanking Earthquakes. Like, we're not, like, the Earthquake is used as a tool to enable others to continue to keep up the fight, right? It's like you Earthquake on their team, they can't get away from your damage. But like we don't have like a Vala, we don't have like a Sergeant Hammer, we don't have someone that's wanting to turret and sit there and fight them at a spot where they can't run away. Like sure, Sylvanas is front to back and would like that, and you would like that to keep auto attacking, but like Hanzo is Q and W build, so we're looking for like spellcasty magey Hanzo. Right, and we're playing off of a wombo. Like just having Sunder interrupts bubble, as well as like potentially has enough burst to finish these 3 squishy heroes. So I definitely think I would have liked that instead, but it's okay. Good luck. Didn't find it. So 17 versus 19. We're gonna have to force a fight here. This is gonna be like our last chance before 20s. We see the protectors. They are on the protector. We need to force a fight. And we're going to take a building instead. I don't know. Like, obviously, we're playing to our strength now by using the split push and engaging in it. But the problem is that we're 17 versus 20. Right? So, like, if we didn't think... I guess we could... There's a chance that we don't think that we can get a fair fight. Which I understand. We probably... We'll have difficulty getting a fair fight down there. But, like, you know, we took a fort. They now have 20s pushing with the protector. And that might be enough to secure the thing. So, I don't know. I would rather have seen us all in. Like, I know all in means that we're probably going to be dead, too. So, unless your team thinks that we have a better chance of killing them when they're in the protector than we do in a straight-up 5v5, then okay, let me see it. Because we're effectively, we gave them the protector for a fort, but then we also, like, are going to be fighting them down talent tier. Right? The shield was used. There's the pull. There's the wombo. Double pull's used, and then we interrupted. Memes is probably just dead. Yep, and they're dead too. Yeah. I don't know if there's anything that honestly could have been done differently. Look at that engage real quick. Because, like we have to get Anduin, right? Oops, I didn't go back far enough. We effectively have to get Anduin. So, like, if we're looking for this attack or this flank, right? Like, we really need to be, like, going deep past what's in front of us. But, like, it's hard when, like, you know, Killer Fairy's sitting here plucking us to death with Vala crap. Right? Like, this is what's in front of me. This is what I'm hitting. But, like, Karam's doing a great job of hanging back. Right? So, like, our Wombo, you know, the silence arrow plus the shield only hits one hero. And then the way that this is angled, right? Like, Ulysses is trying to hit the arrow, but, like, it's so... there's nothing he can do, right? Like, because of how the angle was. If we would have taken the fight from this angle and been able to get, like, some sort of flank or something big on them, like, we have a chance to fight past the Protector, but it's just going to be really hard to go past the Protector. And then this is just kind of the level scaling problem, where, like, we're just too low. And then we have Sergeant Hammer Vala here that can just run at people. So, yeah, that's game. Dang. That one was hard. Honestly, I think that if we pick a couple different talents, I would love to replay this game and see how it goes. Because I feel like we have the opportunity to push and to take advantage of our fights and stuff. But because of talent choices and positioning, we didn't get what we needed done. So, like, critical missed here would have been huge. I do think this should have been Sunder instead of Earthquake. And then that gives you what you guys were missing, which was a couple extra interrupts for Bubble. And it also gives you, like, kill confirm, and it also makes you 10 times healthier into their heavy CC comp, right? The other thing that's hard is being able to get the right target. And so, like, if we land our Wombo, right, we're going to hit Anduin and a couple others, so it's fine. But, like, towards the end, Anduin played incredibly safe and made it to where, like, they were never under pressure with double pulls. And so it's hard for us to take what we would call a two-stage fight because we're playing all in. So if our all in doesn't land, like, we pretty much aren't able to secure kills. So if possible, having that Thrall, even with the Sunder, right, and then forcing out pulls or damage or whatever, right, and then we can, like, follow up with our own engage, our own all in or whatever. And then as much as they have taunt, I feel like I'd have to go back and watch again. But they're on, besides the early game, like some of the early game kills, like, people didn't really die off of taunt, right? It's not like their team taunted and womboed and killed you. Like, it was like we overstayed or we threw our stuff, and then, like, Task Walls eventually got us down, or we threw our wombo, it didn't get a kill, and then Gazlo plus Tassadar ended up, like, chunking us down. So, yeah, I would definitely love to see potentially something that just a little bit tighter, a little bit cleaner on what we've got there. But honestly, this wasn't a bad game. Like, I like little moments where the team fights flip the other direction, like that top team fight here. Like, this flips the other direction, and you take down this building for free, right? And then the second team fight that happened up here or whatever, right? If the shield doesn't hit the turret and hits the pile, like, maybe we get 2 kills and we take mid, right? Lots of options. So, all right. As far as talent things goes, Echo, Manatide, Ancestral, Earthquake, Grace, Thunderstorm, yep. Q. Yeah, maybe. Like, the percentage health wouldn't help, but the slows would be okay. I guess it's fine. Yeah. Pick. Does anyone else on your team have Armor Shred? Polymorph has Armor Shred. Comes on a little later. but that's fine. More W's, more better. Unstoppable, I get it. They had lots of CC. Hanzo stuff is fine. Giant Slayer. I wonder, did you guys wombo enough that Pierce would be really good? I'd be intrigued if maybe in retrospect you would have liked having Pierce. Just it helps your AOE burst damage, right? So, like, sure, we don't do percentage health damage, but they're not really beefy, right? Like, imagine being able to shoot your arrows and it punctures and goes through all of them. So, in this particular example, I think I actually would have liked piercing, just because of the way that the fights took place or the fights you were looking for, right? Whether they be in chokes or in the defense where you can hit multiple people. It's good for killing the protector though. So like if you were the protector burn, I guess that makes sense too. I'm okay either way. Polymorph stuff definitely. Let me look at Brightwing Talents real quick. So you have slow plus giant killer. I definitely think Critical Mist. Pixie safety dust increases healing. Movement speed could have been good. This is fine. And then yeah, I'm fine with Criterize. I'm also okay with Phase Out or Hush here. Like, it just depends on how your team is engaging. Like, Criterize is like we're playing front to back, blow up somebody, right? Like we're killing the polymorph target. And with us playing a little bit more wombo-y, it didn't really work out that way. Hush could have been really cool, just because like if they're super grouped like that, now Brightwing has a way to shut down the bubble with Q, and then Phase Out if you thought you were dying, like you can now dodge out of the wombo or dodge out of a taunt. So, all right, honestly, not a bad game. I think, like I said, just some of our early game mistakes. We need to be more aggressive, right? Like we had this one engage here where we were diving and they weren't 4 yet. This is a great opportunity to get some kills and push more. Trying not to give them free kills, and then tightening up some of our wombo fights when we had them. And I think we're good. All right, this is Rock. Thanks, guys. Good game. I'll catch you on the next one.